Unleash the Archer's Awakening full band playthrough. Let's hear it. What's up, Kaleidoscope? Just because we were still in the intro, to preface this, I've only heard this group in the context of their little Skype video where they did opera, and I kind of just tore them apart. So, and I'm excited. I'm excited to hear this because a lot of people in YouTube comments have suggested listen to Unleash the Archers. So let's hear it. Yeah, Brittany. Brittany is a great operatic sound. I have a feeling this is not going to be that, though. I love good drummers too. I love it when one note just sends me into oblivion in like a vocal nerd sense. Sprylos, when it comes to like using your voice intelligently, even when it's just speaking and coaching people, very, very important. But I got a lot to say. Look at the journey. First of all, look at the journey her body takes. This is going to be a fun one. I'm going to take the volume down. We're going to play it and just watch what she is doing. It's one note, one timbre. She doesn't really get louder, doesn't really get softer, but look at what her body does. All right, ready? Oh, look at this. Now watch what she's doing. Watch this journey that she has to take. Now back again. And now look at her tongue. We're going to turn the volume back up for this one. Look how flat her tongue is. You know, like you can do a lot of things with your voice that like trained voice teacher would be like, that's unhealthy. Like the jaw wiggle. I don't really care about the jaw wiggle because it sounds like that. And there's not even much vibrato in the sound. But a good, flat, relaxed forward tongue is going to take your sound from like amateur to pro. Like if you can figure out how to keep your tongue forward and relaxed while you're singing, even just a sustained note, keep it out of the way of your larynx, that's going to take you from amateur to pro. That's the difference. It's one of the hardest things to do, especially if you're still committed to singing text like you speak text. Keeping that tongue forward and flat is the epitome of using your mouth for singing versus speaking, and that it will change. It won't feel very different, but it'll take your sound from amateur to pro in any genre. Absolutely stunning how she does this. Wait, really, Elida? I would love to.
Awakening, I know.
So we're like in the middle range of her voice, like lower middle range of her voice, and like look at how little she's using her mouth. This is pure vocal efficiency. I know we're just getting like small glimpses, right? But she's using her teeth efficiently, getting those resonators out there, keeping that tongue low and flat, and just articulating as little as possible to get the sound out, right? So, okay, cool. I wanted to see something of her going up in that range, but we got a little bit of it right at the end, right? This is awesome. This song, first of all, this song is so sick. But also, let's talk about her technique, man. Like, we get that same grounded timbre. It's similar to what Dan was doing earlier. Like, we get that sound, and notice how she is focusing everything forward. Focusing everything in her face. All the energy is focused on getting that sound really pointed, because the way she's utilizing her vocal folds is not tense and not focusing the sound, but what she's doing is she's allowing the sound to be released and relaxed, and then when it goes through the vocal tract, after it gets through the vocal folds, she keeps everything here pretty like low, compressed, nice, and relaxed, and then she focuses that sound to add that steely quality on top. We get her teeth, we get her forehead. She's stretching that skin thin over the sinus cavities, over those resonating cavities, so we can get that awesome color in her sound that then, like later when it's being mixed, they can layer it, and it sounds really clean on each layer, so then you can turn it into this really awesome sound in the mix. Because though the sound is clear, it keeps that color of her natural voice. She does that by being loose here and just using that resonant space to hone that sound. It probably, if I were to make a guess, and I guess if she's super responsive and nice, and Brittany, if you watch this, let us know what it feels like to sing this way, because my guess is that it feels like a very like slim forward sound, it sounds like a knife when you're singing. It probably doesn't feel like a big sound at all. This is so sick. So sick. Important. So, we talk a lot about using the body when we're breathing and we use our sing. When she bends down, like when she bends her knees like this and goes down, allows her to get more underneath the voice, gets her support engaged, and it actually, when you get your support engaged, you're able to relax your larynx even more, and that's why we get a deeper sound on this word. Let's hear it. Right there. So you see how she bends into it, she like eases into it, she sags down into it. That's a way of getting under your voice more. When you bend your knees and your abs can relax downward. When I say abs, I don't just mean like the front, I mean like all of your abdominal muscles can ease downward, release pressure, and you can get a deeper sound even on lower notes. Really, really smart. Okay, Cosmic. So guys, I love this angle that they give us here. We talked a little bit a while ago about the natural body sensations that you can learn from to sing better. For example, yawning is a great example of a way that we can just learn what it feels like for our larynx to go down and for our soft palate to go up, if that's the kind of singing you're going for, right? So just yawn, and if you can sing, like if you can feel the way that you do when you yawn while you're singing, you get an amazing vocal nerd mode activate. You get an amazing relaxed sensation, right? Now, another thing that we can learn from that our body does naturally is crying, right? The cry, the sound of the feeling of crying is another way that we can learn. And I'm not talking about anything other than like ugly crying. I'm talking about like the ugliest, like like ugly crying is an amazing way. Sure, thanks for the bits. Is an amazing way to feel that ideal jaw placement. Because if you ugly cry, your jaw goes down and back and relaxes. Notice what she's doing. And this, I love this shot because we can see it really well. It's a little blurry. You see right here, guys? What's she doing with her jaw? That's an ugly cry jaw position. I'm not saying she's ugly crying or it sounds like she's ugly crying, but there you go. Yeah, no, I maybe need to shift it up. But that jaw position, if you're supporting with the air and you're all aligned and you're engaged with your body and your larynx is relaxed, that's going to produce the most uninhibited sound for you. That is the best jaw position. If you can do that without grabbing anything, without tensing anything, what she's doing probably the whole time. This is the first time we've gotten a really clear profile view of her. That's the best jaw position for singing, and I love seeing amazing singers do it because it's textbook, man. It's like this goes to this. It's awesome. She does the ugly cry jaw. Her sound is amazing. That's it. It's simpler than you need to make it. And it doesn't look like anything other than ugly cry jaw, tongue flat in the front. That's all you need. And then just play around with it. You want to know why the word die always sounds good in metal? It's because of the technique. I'm not even kidding here. You know, like I know I'm trying to like haze this towards what I do, or it sounds like that rather, but it's like the technique. If you sing the word die, you don't have to change anything to make it awesome on a high note. It's like, die, die. You can use it in that technique without making it sound different. You can use distortion. You can sing it on those super high notes. It's literally like super, super easy. A good consonant to start and a vowel you can stretch. What do you mean NDG? Oh, the word die, yeah. Well, so, okay, but that's the thing. Like, I don't really think plosive Ds are good for a good starting consonant. I think it's purely the vowel. But the vowel, die, is the best vowel to sing with any kind of distortion. Because it just lets you open up completely. But double O donut aren't dying and killing the opposites? Look at that. Look at that. That's like a smile plus an ugly cry chin. Ugly cry jaw. Smile and ugly cry jaw. Just do it, man. Just do it and figure out the voice. That's super cool. Like, look at that. Like, this face is perfect for this kind of music. At least like the technical configuration for the voice. Beautiful. Good job, Brittany. You're a pro. We love it. Dude, I would love to hear her do karaoke after a show. Like, I would love to see that video, yeah. It's so cool when the drums are really well mastered. Sometimes they're not, and sometimes they're not well recorded, but this is an awesome example. Awesome example of really well mastered drums, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at some point I'd love to hear the karaoke version. She's now one of my favorites, like, definitively. But you guys did sell her really well when you said she, like, is communicative and very cool and very vocal nerdy. Very neat. Very, very neat.